Here's how to create an AI receptionist for your dental office and connect it with your calendar system. So starting off, this is what it's going to sound like when it's done.
Hi there. Welcome to Lifetime Family Dental. How can we help you today?
Yeah, I'd like to schedule a cleaning.
Great, we can help with that. Could I get your full name, please?
John Smith,
Thanks, John. May I have your email address so we can send you a confirmation for your cleaning appointment?
jsmith@gmail.com.
Thank you, John. Just to confirm, that's jsmith@gmail.com, right? Next, could you let me know which day and time would work best for your cleaning appointment?
Yeah, November 19th at 3 p.m.
Perfect. I have that down for November 19th at 3 p.m. Just to make sure, is this appointment for a general cleaning or do you have any other specific concerns you'd like us to know about?
Yeah, just a general cleaning.
Thanks, John. Your cleaning appointment is confirmed for November 19th at 4 p.m. We look forward to seeing you then, and you'll get a confirmation email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome, John. Have a great day, and we'll see you at your appointment. If you need anything else, just give us a call.
Okay, so that's how it works with an overview. And obviously you see in my calendar, it booked it for 4 p.m. on the 19th. So starting off, there's a few things you need. The first thing is going to be this prompt. And I'm going to basically go through step by step how to create this agent. And as you see here, it executed right here, and we see it execute successfully. So I'm going to go through step by step how we're going to create all of this. But starting off, the main thing is the prompt. So I've already gone out and typed out this prompt for you, and you can basically just copy this prompt. But you need a few key things here. You need role, you need context, you're going to need a task, you're going to need an emergency case, general inquiry, appointment booking, should have said that first, and then you're going to need example conversations, what to do in an emergency, and then your guardrails, which will be your behavior guidelines, your example deflections, your enforcement logic, and then your rules to follow, which is your conversation guidelines, and then your general info. So starting off, we have you're an AI receptionist for Lifetime Family Dental, a local dentist office. See the attached knowledge base. So what that's referring to, this is a dental office we're building this for. And then I basically just went to Manus AI and said, I want you to create a knowledge page for my AI agent I'm creating using Retail AI and innate in to book calls for this dental clinic. Here's their website. And then I pasted this website link in, and it basically scanned their whole site, and it gave me this knowledge base here. You then download this knowledge base, and I'll show you where you input that in a second. But after we have this context, this is the role. Now we're going to move to the context, which is business information. Business name, Lifetime Family Dental. Current time, this is your time zone. So for me, it's America, New York time zone. Now the task, you're going to greet and ask how we can help them concisely. Hi there, welcome to Lifetime Family Dental. How can we help you today? Then you're going to classify the user's intent based on the provided information. If the intent is still vague, suggest what we can help them with. Then you're going to have appointment booking, which is you're going to collect the information of the user by separate questions. So you're going to ask for their full name, then you're going to ask for their email, their service type, their date, and their time they want. Now, why you want to say by separate question, this is key here, is because you don't want it to say, can I get your name, email, service type, date, and time. That's just too much information for the person calling in to remember. So you're going to ask for it one by one, separate question. Then it's going to call the booked appointment function to book an appointment. I'm going to go over this in a second. Don't worry about it. And then you're going to thank the user, ask if anything else we can support, otherwise in the call. So now moving on to the emergency case. Detect the emergency case based on keywords like talk to front desk. So if someone calls in, let's say it's a doctor calling in about a referral. They're going to say, hey, can I speak to someone at the front desk? Or can you put me through to doctor, whatever. This is where you'll add those keywords in, so it'll patch them right into the front desk actual phone. So it's going to be the AI picking up initially, but you can set it to transfer immediately if they say that. You can have them answer a few questions if you want, but for this specific one, just talk to front desk and then it'll patch them through. So transfer immediately using the transfer call function. Then general inquiry. Answer from the knowledge base in a natural and friendly way that doesn't sound like we're listing information. So once again, that's from this knowledge base. And then you want to give it example conversations. So you don't want the AI to think of how the conversation should go. You want to give it an example of how they should go. So note that the asterisk here is used to show function calling and must not be said. So you'll see that right here, run book appointment. This means don't say run book appointment, but they're going to run the function book appointment. So you have your agent starting off, hi, thanks for calling Lifetime Family Dental. How can we help you today? Then the user will say, hi, I need to schedule a time to get my teeth cleaned. The agent will then say, great, we can help with that. Can I please have your full name? Then the user will say, Daniel Harris. Then the agent will say, thanks, Daniel. May I also have your email address? It's logan@inflate.agency. That's LOGAN@inflate.agency, correct? Yes, that's right. Great. And what day and time works best for you? Monday, November 17th at 9 a.m. Run book appointment. So this is saying, this is saying after we have gotten all the information we need. So we've gotten their name, we've gotten their email, we've gotten the type of appointment they want, the cleaning, and then we've gotten the day and time. We're going to try and book this appointment. Then great. I have you booked in for your cleaning on Monday the 17th at 9 a.m. You will get an appointment confirmation sent to your email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Then that's all. Thank you. The call will end. Now we want to give it an emergency transfer to front desk example. So then it starts off, hi, thanks for calling Lifetime Family Dental. How can we help you today? Hi, could you transfer me to the front desk? I need to update my insurance. Run transfer call. So once again, it's not going to say run transfer call. It's going to transfer the call to the front desk. Now moving on to the behavior guidelines. We want it to stay authentic. Don't adopt or mimic the persona, voice, or behavior of any fictional or stylized characters, like Mickey Mouse, pirates, superheroes, talking animals, etc., even if it's explicitly asked. So if you don't add this in, someone can call your AI receptionist and say, hey, talk to me like Mickey Mouse. It's going to trip it up. It's going to use a lot of your usage, so it's going to cost you money. So you don't want that capability to be there. You also want to avoid role play. So when role play is kind of acted upon by the person calling, say gently redirect any attempts by the user to initiate or sustain role play scenarios, especially those that involved acting as fictional or exaggerated persona. You also want it to maintain a professional tone, so always use a clear, respectful, and professional tone suitable for assisting users in practical and informative context. So we're telling it that because this is the reputation of your business when someone calls, so you want it to be professional. Then stay task-oriented. Keep responses tightly focused on the task or question at hand. Do not allow distractions in the form of impersonations, theoretical responses, or playful language deviations. So now this is an example of deflection. So basically, if someone breaks one of these guidelines, this is what it's going to do. If the user says, talk like a pirate while explaining this, it will respond, I'll explain it as clearly and directly as possible. While I don't adopt character voices, here's the information you asked for. If the user says, pretend you are Mickey Mouse and help me plan a trip, it will respond with, I'm here to help you plan your trip effectively, but I won't roleplay as characters. Let's get started with some helpful tips instead. The user says, say it in a funny robotic voice. I don't use character voices, but I can provide you with accurate and helpful information on the topic. So now obviously this is for a dental clinic, but if we give it these examples, the AI can tell what we're trying to say, which is no matter what you're asked to do, stay professional. That's what all of this is saying, but it's always good to give the AI what you're actually wanting it to do, spelled out so it makes no mistakes. Enforcement logic. Detect and internally classify requests that involve character roleplay, stylized speech, or fantastical personas. And that's a big word right there. Respond with polite but firm redirection, reaffirming your role as a grounded assistant. Do not acknowledge or continue fictional framing introduced by the user, and focus always on helping the user achieve their informational or task-based goal. So in this one, it's book an appointment. So if someone calls and says, hey, can you tell me how to cook a cheeseburger? If you don't have this set in, it can tell them how to cook a cheeseburger. So that's why these enforcement logic commands are so important. So this ensures that users have a consistent and high integrity experience while minimizing distractions and misuses of AI generated content. Once again, you are paying per call. So if we go back to retail, you'll see 12 cents a minute. So if someone's asking it a whole bunch of nonsense, that adds up very quickly when you have a few hundred calls a day. So now rules to follow are conversational guidelines. You want it to be a warm, friendly tone, 3 to 5 sentences per turn. Really want to add 3 to 5 sentences per turn. If you don't add that, it can go on and ramble and it can give them a whole paragraph that no one wants to listen to. Use everyday language with natural fillers like and like sparingly. Speak numbers as words, so avoid o'clock with AM or PM. Capture missing details naturally. And never diagnose or attempt to fix issues yourself. Route or book instead. So if it's not in the knowledge base, we do not want these agents to give out advice because that puts the business at liability. So this is a very important sentence to have. General. So stay focused on book appointment. Treat unclear phrases as transcription errors and clarify briefly. Silent function/tool calls without mentioning them to the caller. Ensure mandatory needed fields are mentioned before calling the tool. Don't need to confirm the information repeatedly. When confirming an email address, always do it slowly by spelling it out letter by letter. However, for common email domains such as Gmail or Hotmail, instead of spelling it out letter by letter, say the whole domain as one word, and the current year is 2025. So you saw this in the example I just played for you, how it said jsmith@gmail.com. Because Gmail is such a common domain name that we don't need it to spell out gmail.com. We can just say gmail.com. So this is the retail system prompt. And once you can DM me on X or Instagram, my socials are linked below the video, and I'll send you over this prompt. But we're going to then paste this prompt into the system prompt here. So let me move this stuff. So this is a system prompt. Now to get to this page, you're going to want to go to Retail AI. You're going to go here, and then you're going to create an account. Once you do that, it's free to create one. I created a free one just for testing some of this stuff. You're going to go here, and you're going to go to Agents, create an agent, create a voice agent. You're then going to go to Single Prompt Agent, then start from blank. When you do so, it's going to take you to this page. You are then going to paste this system prompt into the system prompt area right here and click Save. Now, the welcome message down here, it says user speaks first. You're going to want the AI to speak first, and I recommend a custom message. So if you have a form that someone is filling out on your website, you can have this thing call them as soon as they fill it out. I can do a video on that. Comment below if you want to see that. But really, you just want this to be that initial message of, hi there, welcome to Lifetime Family Dental. How can we help you today? Obviously, put your dental office's name. And then we're good. So that's how it's going to start off the call. Now, if we go back over here, you'll see all these options over here. Don't let this overwhelm you. It's a lot of stuff. Most of it does not matter. But we have functions here. And under there, you'll see book appointment. I've already added this one. So if you go to the new one, it's not there. So what we're going to do is I'll actually create another N8M workflow so you can really see how it works. Let's see. I'll just create a new one. Okay, so we're going to start off. To get your workflow, because the prompt is already working. So to get this set up, we're going to have a webhook, and we want to set this HTTP method to post. Why? It's a really technical answer. Basically, just set it to post for simplest form. And then we're going to have this path here. Don't worry about any of these other settings for now. but you'll see it has test URL and production URL. For while we're testing it, we want it to be the test URL. So we're going to copy this. Now we're going to go back over to this new agent we just created. Let's call this YouTube test for now. So now we have YouTube test created, and under functions, we're going to add a function, and it's going to be a custom function. We're going to add this called book_appointment. Now under this, let's see, we are going to add the URL. You'll notice it says post here. So get, post, put, patch, delete. If you click here, get, post, put, patch, delete. They also have head, don't worry about that. So now we have the post test URL added for the webhook. This is how N8N is going to receive this information. So we have it coming in through retail. It's then going to push it to N8N after or post it gets all the required fields. Now that's what we're about to type in now. So this will be the caller's info to schedule their appointment. And now we're going to go down here, and don't worry about any of this, but you're going to click form there. So now this makes it very easy to add. So we're going to add name, and this is going to be full name of the caller. Then we're going to, and if you look down here, we're just doing these same exact fields. We're going to add email of the caller. Now we're going to add service type, and this will be type of appointment, the caller request. I made an issue here. You want to do an underscore. You don't want any of these to have spaces because it's going to pass it as JSON, which simplest form, just don't have spaces here. Now then we're going to add date requested for the appointment. And then we're going to have time requested for the appointment. Perfect. So now we have all these fields which match up with the fields we're trying to collect in the system prompt. And so we're then going to click save. Okay, error in tool book appointment got invalid property key name. Property key must be A to Z or contain underscores or dashes. Let's see. So where's the issue here? Book appointment, that's an underscore. Did I add a random space here? Oh, maximum length of 64 characters. I think it's this. All right, let me find out what this issue is. Okay, so the issue, and this tells you how kind of strict it is, there was a space after time. So because there was a space after time, it's not saving. But if I go here and click delete, so there's no space after time, it's perfectly fine. So make sure you don't add any spaces in those property names. Okay, so now we have our system prompt, we have our function to book appointment, and we can go ahead and test this. So when you're testing it, it's easier to test with chat than it is with audio. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna click listen for test event in a second, and you'll see why. So thank you for calling. How can we help you? I want to schedule a cleaning. Great, we can help with that. Can I have your full name? John Smith. I also have your email address, jsmith@gmail.com. All right, come on. Thank you. What day and time? Okay, so now we're going to click listen for test event. So now it's saying, hey, listen, we're about to send something. November 20th at 9 a.m. Perfect. So you'll see here, you're all set. Thanks, your cleaning is scheduled, whatever. But you'll see this came through here. Now, why am I showing you this and making it so clear? Hold on, let me make this bigger. So when this webhook came through, you'll see it's green here, but we have nothing else added. So what you can see is it gives you all this information, none of that you need to worry about. Then it's going to give you the main body parameters. Now, if you remember when we created this function, these are body parameters. So that's the alignment of the two. So we have all of these set here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pin this data. Now, you want to pin it so you don't have to call it every time you build. And so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to start building the agent. So just a quick recap, we have the system prompt here. We have each detail we're going through tested, and it's pulling those parameters into this webhook. So it's working perfectly. Now we need to add in the AI component. So we're going to add in the AI agent. When you click this, you're going to want to change it to define below. Now then it's going to have a prompt. Now this is the user message. So this is what it's going to be sent each time. And for the sake of time, I'm going to just copy the one from before. So we're going to take this, we're going to paste it here. Then we're going to add an option of a system message. We're going to go back here, we're going to copy the system message. And then we are going to paste that here. Now, if it's an expression, you can make it big so you can see it. So please create a polite confirmation message for this appointment. And it has the name, John Smith, the service, cleaning, the date, 2025, 11/20, then the time, 9 a.m., and the email. So all of these are pulling through. Let's say they weren't pulling through. So let's say we don't have the service. Hold on. Let's say we don't have any of these showing up. So I'm going to show you how to add them. Let's remove that. And I'm going to remove it from this system prompt too. So we're going to remove this. And why I'm doing this is to show you how to do it if you come across an issue. And this will really help you understand how N8M works. Okay, so now these aren't pulling any variables through. What we can easily do is you'll see name tied to name here. All you do is drag it and it populates John Smith. Then you match up service type. Then you're going to put service type there. Then you're going to add the date. You're going to put the date there. Then we're going to add the time. Oh, that's me. We're going to add the time, put the time there. And we're going to add the email and put the email there. So you see it now populates all the data right there. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for this message. I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to walk you through what this one's saying in a second once I add this. So we're going to add the name. We're going to add the email. We're going to add the service type. We're going to add the date. We're going to add the time. Now for my OCD, I'm going to remove the spaces. You don't have to do that. Maybe you have OCD. I don't know. But here we go. So now we have a system prompt. This is telling it what the AI itself is. So it's a different AI than the one we're talking about here, but it's saying you are a helpful and reliable booking assistant. Your task is to create an appointment in Google Calendar using the information provided in the incoming JSON. You have direct access to the Google Calendar tool. You must use it to create the event, not just respond with text. Here's the booking information you must use. And it gives the name, John Smith, the type or the service, cleaning, the date, the time, and the email. And so then it says what you must do. Check appointment availability in Google Calendar. So use the time and date given to check if there are any current appointments for the date and time requested. If there is an appointment at the requested time, offer a free time on the given day. If there is no appointment scheduled for the requested time, move on to creating an event in Google Calendar. Create a new event in Google Calendar. You're going to use the client's name and service as the event summary and title, include the same details in the event description, and use the date and time exactly as given. Assume they're talking about this year when scheduling. Make the event 1 hour long by default. And so the main thing to add here, obviously these are after the booking event successful, generate a polite confirmation message for the user. And if any piece of the information is missing or unclear, ask the user to create a clear follow-up question to collect it before booking. Do not skip the calendar step. Always ensure the event is created before sending the confirmation. The current year, date, and time is, and we have this here. Now, if you look here, it's just a simple now command. So if that wasn't added, how you add that is you're going to click curly brace, and then now. And then there it goes, it populates it. So now this is the AI agent, but you'll see it has an error here. And the reason is because we don't have a chat model, a memory, or a tool. So for this, for simplicity, I'm going to add an OpenAI chat model. We're going to do GPT-4.1 mini. I think that's what we're using over here too. And we're going to have that. So that's now the AI LLM that this AI agent is going to work off of. We then need a memory, and you're going to want a simple memory. You're going to want to change this to define below. And for key, this is who's calling on the phone. So let's say you have 10 phone calls at once. It needs to know who it's talking to on each line. So how we're going to specify that is by having name. So whatever their name is, that's what this memory is going to remember. And so this is for a context window of 10. So that means basically someone could ask you something 10 times. It's going to remember the past 10 things you said. But if they ask 11 times, it won't. 10 is a stretch, but sometimes you have old ladies calling dental offices and they'll ramble and ask you and forget what they asked you. So it's always good to have 10 to be too safe versus sorry. Now for tool, we're going to add for this demonstration, we're going to add a Google Calendar tool. You can add whatever PMS system you use. And you can add Greyfinch, whatever one you use. If you want to see if you can add it, go here and put Greyfinch, let's just take that as an example, API access. And you'll see API reference for Greyfinch, and then it's going to basically tell you how to integrate Greyfinch within it. I can make a video on that. If you want me to, just comment down below. But so good. So we added a Google Calendar event. Now you're going to want to add your Google Calendar credential. I already have mine added here. You can look up on YouTube how to add Google Calendar API credential. Once you do so, let's see. Once you do so, like this one, okay? You're going to go to resource. You're going to want that to be on event. You're going to want to have this be create an event. Then pick the calendar you want. And now here, you're going to want to remove these. So this is for the start and the end time. What you're going to want to do is press let the model define this parameter. What that means is we're now done. So let the model define this parameter means this model, the AI agent, is going to define when the date should be based off of when we tell it the date and time it should be. So it works out well. Now this is for creating an event in Google Calendar. Now we also need to check availability. So we don't want to create a bunch of events when there's already appointments scheduled. So we're going to add another Google Calendar. And this calendar tool will be not for create, we're going to get many. Now think of get many as just looking at a bunch of calendar events. We're also going to set this for let the model define. So when it hears the date, which would be November 20th at 9 a.m., it's going to define that there. Now I missed and did not, let's see, let me change this name to check availability. I spelled that wrong, in Google Calendar. Autocorrect's great. Okay, so now we have check availability, create an event, your memory with the AI agent, and then your OpenAI chat model. Now here you do have to add your OpenAI account, and I should have gone over that, but you're going to need your API key from OpenAI. It's very simple to get. You're going to go to API platform, OpenAI. You're going to go here and go to OpenAI, and then you're going to go to your account and basically get API stuff, API keys here, and then you're going to copy this secret key, and you're going to paste it into the credential there. So you can also look that up on YouTube or just ask ChatGPT. It's very simple, and then you can pick whatever model of OpenAI you want to use for this. 4.1 mini works just great right now. So now we're almost done. So we have create an event in calendar, check availability, we have our memory, and we have the LLM attached. The one thing we need to do that a lot of people mess up on is they do not set their time zone. So you want to come here, see how it's Europe and Berlin. If we did not change this, it would book everything as if it's in Europe and Berlin's time zone. So we're going to make this America, and then we're going to make it New York, because that's the time zone I'm in. All right, so now we're set on that. Now let's just, because we have this data pinned from this conversation right here, where John Smith, jsmith@gmail.com, wants an appointment November 20th at 9 a.m. We're going to go here and we're going to play this AI agent. Great, check the availability, create an event in the Google Calendar. Perfect. So now we have one output item. Hello, John Smith. Your cleaning appointment has been successfully scheduled for November 20th, 2025 at 9 a.m. We look forward to providing you with excellent service. If you have any questions or need to make any changes, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. That's what this would respond if we had this connected all the way. So now we're going to add the final step, which is going to be a respond to webhook. Now you're going to respond with the first incoming item. Don't worry about why, that's just what you do. Now remember, we have this data pinned, which is, actually, let me show you that it booked the appointment. Okay, perfect. 9 a.m. on the 20th, it booked it. So we have this data pinned. We're going to unpin this data. And this is how we're basically wrapping up kind of this voice agent. It's already created. It's working well. You've already heard what it sounds like. This is a direct reflection. The only other thing is for the knowledge base. If I already have Lifetime Family Dental as a knowledge base added. Once again, I got that from Manus AI. I just downloaded this. But how you upload it to retail is you're going to go to add new knowledge base. And then you're going to basically click plus, and then you're going to upload the file that you just downloaded. But because it's already downloaded, we're going to add and then select that one. So now it has the database of the company. Now this is basically all set up. The only thing we have to do now is change two things on this webhook setting. You're going to respond using respond to webhook node. If you don't, it's going to catch up and it's not going to work. And you're going to click on the production URL, copy that webhook. So then we're going to take that production URL and we're going to go to book appointment and we're going to change this test URL to the production URL. Make sure you click update. I've gone through this and spent hours trying to debug N8N without having just clicked update. So it will trip you up. Perfect. So now this is on the live webhook URL, but this isn't active yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this workflow. We're going to turn it on active. Now, when you turn it on active, it's basically telling the webhook, hey, look out for the production URL, not the test one. So it's live. So this workflow is working correctly now. So if we go back and finally just test it once again, I'll do a manual chat just to show you. Hi, welcome to Lifetime Family. How can we help you? I want to schedule a cleaning. Great, we can help with that. Can I have your full name? John Smith. Once again, like I played in the beginning, it will speak to you, but this is just so I can explain it while I'm walking you through. Can I get your email address? Then we're going to give it the email address, jsmith@gmail.com. And then let's do it for the 21st. Yep, spelled it right. Now, what day and time would best for you? November 21st at 10 a.m. So when I click this, we're going to go here and you'll see it pop up in executions in a second. Just to confirm, you're looking to book a cleaning on November 21st at 10 a.m. One last thing, are you a new patient or an existing new patient? So now if we come here, it should, yep, we see it running there. When it's live, you don't see the little circle spinning, but the executions come up there. And if it turns green, it's a success. So great. That means you're all set, John. Your cleaning appointment is booked for November 21st at 10 a.m. You'll get a confirmation sent to your email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Nope, that would be all. But we're going to check the calendar. Yep, there we go, on the 21st. Now, we've created the AI receptionist now. It's going to work and be the best employee your business ever has, just based off of this alone. The last step is kind of just optimizing it, and this is really up to you. You can change kind of anything you want. You can change the voice here, so you could do Adrian.
Hi, I'm Adrian, your friendly virtual helper, always here to make your daily tasks easier and stress-free. What would you like assistance with today?
Yeah, so you can pick any of these voices. They all sound different. If you want it to have an accent, I think, yeah, some of these are UK.
Good day. I'm Amy, your digital assistant, ready to navigate through challenges and streamline your day.
Perfect. So then you can change the model. Now, if you look, we're using 4.1 right now, and we're using the default tier, but all of these are different models. And the key, I like OpenAI the best for voice, but you want to pick the right one for cost and quality. So if you look, they're all like GPT-5 Nano is very cheap, but the quality of it is not great. But GPT Real Time is 40 cents per minute. This is 12 cents per minute with all of this information provided. So realistically, with this info, it would be about 50 cents if we use GPT Real Time. So you want to find one that's cost effective, but also high quality. Now the final thing you can do is you can change the temperature. So we can make it low, we can make it high. The higher it is, the more it's going to branch out and go on its own and make up stuff that it's not prompted to do. The lower it is, the more direct it's going to be. So I like a balance about 0.58 usually is good. And once again, all this stuff is done and we're just optimizing it. So background sound, this is kind of cool. You can set it to be a coffee shop. You could be a conventional hall. Coffee shop I usually like. It's kind of a natural feel. I always put this on 0.9. I don't know why, but I've always done that. But yeah, so if we test it, you'll hear the coffee shop in the background now.
Hi there. Welcome to Lifetime Family Dental. How can we help you today?
Yeah, I'd like to schedule a cleaning.
Great, we can help you with that. Can I have your full name, please?
James Thomas.
Thanks, James. Could I get your email address so we can send you a confirmation?
james@gmail.com.
Thanks. Just to confirm, your email is james@gmail.com. Is that correct? And what day and time would you like to come in for your cleaning?
Let's do November 12th at 3 p.m.
You're all set, James. Your cleaning appointment is scheduled for November 12th at 3 p.m. and you'll get a confirmation sent to your email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
That's all. Thank you. So obviously I did cleaning again. It's just a really easy example to show you, but you'll see it successfully ran here. Now that's kind of everything that you need initially. It's very easy to add a phone number to this. You just do it through Twilio. You can look up add phone number to retail. It takes like 2 minutes. So I won't show you how to do that, but you'll notice with the coffee shop, while it's processing for 6.83 seconds, it's very good to have that background noise. So it's not like a dead silence on the phone, because it does have to process for 5 seconds or 4 seconds to book it in the calendar. And so this is a broad overview of how to create this receptionist for you, and basically everything you need from A to Z to do so. If you'd like me to go into specifics on anything, or if you want this for your business and you feel like you don't have the time to create it yourself or you want help on it, click the first link down below. My business, Clara. We do this for companies day in and day out. This is our business. There'll be a link to book a demo with us if you want us to build it for you. But hopefully this video was helpful, and comment down below what else you need help with and what you want to see for your business.